We know matrices are important data operations in Houdini. However, many beginners find it hard to understand their specific purpose. If we want to use matrices to control model transformations, such as translation and rotation, we can use a very convenient function, maketransform, for this operation. It can create 3x3 or 4x4 matrices. Let's first demonstrate a usage method with a pig head and a small sphere. Create an attribute wrangle node. Connect the first input to the pig head and the second input to the small sphere. Add a transform node below the sphere. Move it to any position. Finally, use a merge node to display both models simultaneously. First, define a vector new z. Use the point function to read the position attribute of the sphere. Then define vector new y. Set its value to 0, 1, 0. Then generate a 3x3 matrix M. Use the makeTransform function. Input two parameters into the function. The first parameter redefines the original model's z-axis. We input new z. The second parameter redefines the original model's y-axis. We input new y. Then apply this matrix to the model's position p. It doesn't work yet. We need to normalize the sphere's position vector. Now, when moving the sphere in the viewport, you will notice that the pig head's nose always points toward the sphere. If we change the new y value to 0, -1, 0, the pig head's original y-axis will point downward. This method can save a lookalike operation. makeTransform can also directly define the model's rotation. Let's create another attribute wrangle node. First, define rotation vector rotate. Set the data as the customer parameters. Create a 3x3 matrix. Now, input two parameters into the makeTransform function. However, the first parameter controls the rotation order. If you input 0, it means the rotation order is x, then y, finally z is rotate. Inputting 1 represents the x, z, y order. Other orders increase incrementally. Let's input 0 for now. Then, second parameter is the rotation data. We input rotate. Apply the matrix to the model's position p. Expose the data to the parameter panel. Now, adjust the rotate values. You will see the model rotate accordingly. Set the y-axis rotation to 90 degrees and the x-axis to 45 degrees. If you change the rotation order to y-axis, it will first rotate 90 degrees along the y-axis, then rotate 45 degrees along the x-axis. If you change it to XYZ order, it will first rotate 45 degrees along the x-axis, then rotate 90 degrees along the y-axis. The effects will differ. makeTransform can also replicate the functionality of the transform node. Create another attribute wrangle node. This time, we need to define multiple vectors. To control transform, rotation, scale, pivot rotation, and steer. We now need to create a 4x4 to process this information. The makeTransform function requires 8 inputs in this case. The first input controls the order of scale, rotation, and translation. The second input specifies the XYZ rotation order. Set both of the first two inputs to 0. The remaining 6 inputs are the ones we just defined: translation, rotation, scale pivot, rotation, and steer. Then apply this matrix to the model. Next, create a parameter panel. Initially, nothing happens. This is because the scale value is set to 0. Set it to 1. Adjust the other parameters to control the model's translation, rotation, scaling, and other transformations. If you only want to control translation, rotation, and scaling, you can skip the remaining inputs. Overall, it is very convenient. That's all for makeTransform. Merry Christmas to everyone. Goodbye.